Last time, I somehow survived San Fierro with only 9 vehicle thefts on my record. But today, we continue this challenge. The voice sounds calm, right? Yeah, that's AI, because the gameplay definitely isn't. So before I ruin everything, here are the rules again. Rule 1, I am not allowed to steal any vehicle. Rule 2, if a mission forces me to steal one, then I have no choice. I do it with emotional damage. Rule 3, I can use Sweet's car because he is family, and my girlfriend's car because I want to survive. And Rule 4, no cheats, because apparently I enjoy suffering. And now, let's see how long I can survive, before this goes completely wrong. In the last part, an unknown person called me and invited me to Tierra Robada.
Sí, it was una mierda.
Goodbye, Angel.
See you later, vato.
Speak on it.
This is a friend of yours. I've got some information relating to your brother. Come to my ranch and I'll explain. It's in Tierra Robada. Cross the Garber Bridge, head south.
Who the fuck is this?
I can't talk right now. Get your ass over here.
Mom's always told me not to talk to strangers.
And look what happened to the bitch. Now, if you want your brother to go to sleep tonight with his tongue intact, get your ass over here. Goodbye.
And I am not gonna lie, I was a little scared. Like, what does this guy want from me? Is he planning something, or is he about to sell my kidneys? Anyway, with full fear in my heart, I started my journey. After a lot of running and some very questionable hitchhiking decisions, I finally reached the destination, and this unknown guy immediately puts me into a driving test.
What it look like I'm made of? Pudding?
He gives me a monster truck and tells me to drive around the town and come back, which is basically a very normal GTA mission. You know, just Rockstar making sure I memorize the entire map like it's an exam. So I start driving, and surprisingly, things actually go smoothly for once. No crashes, no chaos, just pure focus. And I completed the mission in 4 minutes and 39 seconds. But then, I saw something I was not expecting. Taylor Swift is also working for this unknown guy. After some time, the unknown person called me again and told me to come to the ranch.
Son, get back to the ranch and I'll explain everything.
But I was already at the ranch. So basically, this man just called me to tell me to stay where I already am. Great start. After waiting for a bit, this guy suddenly appears from behind and scares the life out of me.
Hey, Carl.
Hey, what the fuck, man?
And guess what? Surprise, surprise, it's Toreno. Yeah, Toreno is alive. And the moment I saw him, I got a little nervous because, you know, I may or may not have tried to kill him before. Just a small misunderstanding. But instead of being angry, he tells me he works for the government. And somehow, he's not mad at me, which is honestly more scary. Then he makes a deal. He tells me if I want to stay alive, I have to work for him. Great, now I'm employed. So his first job for me is to hijack a truck with the help of my sister's boyfriend. And at this moment, I realize something. Oh no, another vehicle theft. But I had no choice. My life was literally on the line. So we headed to the freeway, found the truck, and hijacked it. Clean, simple, illegal. After that, I parked it in the garage, and just like that, mission complete. And now I officially have 10 thefts on my record. Yeah, this challenge is going very well. After that, I was on foot again. So I used my professional hitchhiking skills and somehow reached the ranch. Once I got there, Toreno told me to collect his special cargo. Yeah, that already sounds suspicious. So I took the BF injection and drove it to an abandoned place. Then I picked up a rocket launcher, climbed the nearest mountain, and now the job was simple. I just had to secure the package from a police helicopter. Easy, right? Well, I had pro-level aim. And because of that, I failed the mission. Yeah, don't ask. But that wasn't even the worst part. My vehicle also despawned, and I was on foot again. So once again, I traveled all the way back to the ranch by walking and hitchhiking like a true professional, and I started the mission again. Attempt number 2, failed. Attempt number 3, failed. Attempt number 4, failed. Attempt number 5, still suffering. But finally, on this attempt, I managed to secure the package from the police helicopter, and I felt proud for about 5 seconds, because now I had to go to another location to collect it. Like, why? Why can't you just drop the package here? Anyway, this time I actually had my mission vehicle, so for once, I didn't have a problem. I drove there, collected the package, and delivered it to Las Brujas. Mission complete. And of course, they took my bike as well and left me on foot. Again. At this point, walking is my full-time job. After that, I once again used my legs and my expert-level hitchhiking techniques to reach the ranch. At this point, I am basically a walking simulator. Anyway, Terreno gave me my next task. He told me to buy an airport and learn how to fly. Just casually, like that's a normal thing. But hey, I'm rich, so I can actually do that. So I went ahead, bought the airport, and started learning how to fly. And honestly, I could show you all the training, but let's be real. Nothing interesting happens there. So yeah, we are skipping that part. Trust me, you're not missing anything. After getting my pilot license, I finally felt like a professional. You know, flying planes, owning an airport, completely normal GTA activities. And right on time, Woozy called me and invited me to do business with him. Now that sounds way better than working for Terreno. So I took my aircraft and headed straight to the casino. After reaching there, Woozy offered me a partnership, which basically means more money, more problems. And in return, I have to work for him. Of course. So in my very first job, I had to scare a guy to get some information out of him. Nice, simple, totally not illegal. But things escalated quickly, and I got a 3-star wanted level. Because apparently, scaring people is a serious crime. Anyway, after scaring him enough, he finally broke and gave us all the information we needed.
The family will make you pay for this!
Which family?
The Sindaco family, you idiot!
That's all I wanted to hear.
What? Oh, shit!
And according to him, he works for the Sindaco family. Great, new enemies unlocked. In the next mission, Woozy sent me to a quarry to collect some explosives for future work. Sounds simple. But of course, he didn't give me a car. So once again, I had to walk and rely on my hitchhiking career to reach the quarry. After somehow reaching there, I managed to get down into the quarry. And now, the mission had a timer, so I had to act fast. I found a dumper parked nearby and used it to break open the dynamite crates. And just to be clear, I used it on the spot. I did not steal it. Very important detail. So after collecting all the dynamite, the real problem started. Now I had to escape the quarry. And to do that, the game basically said, steal a bike. But I was like, no, not today. So instead, I tried to be smart. The whole area was guarded, so I looked for another route. But in the process, I fell down and died. Great. Attempt number 2. I did everything again, but this time I had a different plan. I tried to take out the guards from a distance, like a professional. Then I reached the gate, thought I cleared all the guards, but nope. I was very wrong and got killed. Again. Attempt number 3. Now this time, everything finally worked. No falling, no stupid mistakes, just clean execution. I escaped the quarry and completed the mission. Finally. That took way longer than it should have. In the next mission, I found out that someone was supplying counterfeit chips in our casino. So obviously, I had to destroy their factory. Simple plan. But once again, Woozy did not give me a vehicle. So yes, I had to travel on foot. Again, at this point, I should just open a walking channel. Anyway, I reached the factory, went inside, created absolute chaos, and died. Great start. Attempt number 2, I died again. Attempt number 3, and I died again. Attempt number 4, this time, I tried to destroy everything carefully, but I got ambushed from behind. Perfect. Attempt number 5. Now this time, I went in with confidence, took a strong entry, started destroying everything carefully, and while escaping, everything went wrong. Yeah, at this point, I was getting seriously frustrated. Doing the same thing, again and again, was testing my patience. But I wasn't done yet. Attempt number 6? This time, I tried to eliminate enemies from outside, but the game basically said, no, you're not doing it like that. So I went inside, took cover, and started eliminating them one by one. Slow, steady, focused. Then suddenly, this guy shows up and fires a shotgun at me. And now, I am on 1 HP. 1. After somehow killing him, I immediately went to Burger Shot, restored my health, and came back. Because I am not failing again. This time, I played smart, used proper tactics, cleared most of the enemies, and destroyed the machinery. Now only one problem remained, the shotgun guy. And I was still low on health, so I had to be very careful. I kept my distance, aimed properly, and finally took him down. After that, I restored my health again, avoided the cops, and completed the mission. Finally, that mission almost broke me.
Hey Carl, how'd it go?
Tell Woozy we'll be getting no more trouble with them counterfeit chips.
In the next mission, Truth called me and asked for a favor, which is never a good sign. He told me that some travelers got stuck in the desert while they were with him, and somehow he managed to reach Los Santos alone. Great job, Truth. So now he wants me to go and pick them up. Simple task. But there was one small problem. I didn't have any vehicle, so now I'm stuck trying to figure out how to get a vehicle without stealing it. And then an idea hit me. I remembered something. I am working for Terreno, and his ranch has vehicles. So technically, if I'm working for him, those vehicles are mine, right? Yeah. We are going with that logic. So I started my journey back to the ranch. After reaching there, I took a car, totally legally, and drove towards the desert. After a long drive, I finally found the travelers, and it turns out they were 2 Australian guys. Of course they were. So I picked them up and took them to a snake farm. Now everything was going fine until I found out these guys did some very questionable things with a hog. Yeah, I wish I didn't know that.
That one done screwed my sis. I had a terrible aching in my grinds ever since.
I'm gonna slap you silly for giving me and my fella the red bumpies.
And because of that, the snake farmer wanted revenge and started attacking us. So we immediately jumped into a car and escaped from there. After reaching the casino, I thought everything was over. But no, the farmer followed us all the way there. So at that point, I had enough. I eliminated them and finally completed the mission.
Don't make me slap you, sunshine. Just more than you, I think.
Hit me then, ass.
After that, my car despawned again, and yes, I was on foot. Again. At this point, I don't even expect vehicles anymore. Anyway, Rosenberg gave me a mission. I had to rescue Johnny. Not this Johnny. This Johnny. Johnny Sindacco. He was injured and being transported to the hospital in an ambulance. But of course, a rival gang wanted to take advantage of this and kidnap him. So my job was simple, find the ambulance and save Johnny. Easy, right? So I reached the hospital and immediately realized something. I needed a vehicle, and I didn't have one, of course. So once again, I went back to Terreno's ranch, using my hitchhiking techniques, borrowed a car, and returned to the hospital. After reaching there, the receptionist told me he already left, in an ambulance. Great timing. So now I had to find the correct ambulance. There were multiple of them, so I went for the first one, hit it, but Johnny was not inside. Second one, same result. And now, only one was left. So I chased it, hit it, took out the kidnappers, and finally rescued Johnny.
Dead wish. Got a fucking problem with me? Give me that.
After that, I used the ambulance and took him to the meat factory. And before you say anything, no, I did not steal the ambulance. I returned it to the hospital. I am a good person. And now it was time to jog again for the next mission. Because clearly, cars are not part of my life anymore. In this mission, Rosenberg wanted to visit Johnny, and he told me this.
Okay, great. We need a car.
Yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't know that I have stopped stealing cars and become a good boy. So I made a decision. If I'm walking, he's walking too. So I took him with me, on foot, all the way.
Okay, let's get this over with. I'm the boss. I am the boss. I'm the boss. I am the boss. Yeah.
After somehow reaching there, we finally met Johnny. And the moment he saw me, he got a heart attack.
It's it. Oh, my heart. Damn.
Like, what did I do? Am I a ghost or something? Before I could even process that, his men showed up and started attacking us. So now we had to fight our way out. In the middle of all this chaos, Rosenberg called me Tommy.
This is so exciting, Tommy. It's like old times.
Who the fuck is Tommy?
Not this Tommy, this Tommy. A nice little Easter egg from GTA Vice City. After that, we somehow managed to escape safely. And then Rosenberg said this again.
Shit, we gotta get the fuck out of here. We need some wheels. Get me back to Caligula's.
You calm down and follow my lead.
Yeah, I am still not stealing any vehicle. So guess what? We walked. Again, I made him walk all the way to Caligula's casino. After a long journey full of running and suffering, we finally reached the casino and completed the mission. The next mission was nearby, so of course I walked there and started it. And what I saw was a guy encouraging a drunk man to jump.
Jump! Jump! Come on, jump!
Come on, man, jump! You got it!
Hey, what's happening? Who's the idiot?
That's a washed up rap.
Which is already messed up. But then I realized something. That drunk guy was Mad Dog. And yeah, his life was ruined because of me. So now he wanted to end everything. And at that moment, I realized maybe I messed up a little. Okay, a lot. So now I had to save him, no matter what. But there was one problem. I needed a vehicle, and this time, I had no time to think. So I stole a pickup truck. Yeah, I know. Rules are broken. Character development gone. But it was necessary. So I drove as fast as I could, got into position, and just in time, he jumped. And somehow I managed to catch him. That was close. After that, I took him to the nearest hospital and completed the mission. But now I have one more theft on my record. This is theft number 11. Yeah, things are getting worse. So I already had this stolen pickup truck, and for once, it actually came in useful. So I used it for the next mission. And just when things were going fine, the corrupt cops showed up again. They hit me and told me to eliminate an FBI agent and take his dossier. You know, normal GTA business. So I reached the destination, but unfortunately, he escaped. And now, the game told me to steal a helicopter. Yeah, not happening. I am on a no-stealing challenge, so I had to figure out another way. I took my already stolen truck and started chasing him, but somehow I lost his track. And at that moment, I thought I failed the mission. So I went back to the helicopter location and tried to destroy it so I could restart the mission. But apparently, that helicopter is made of pure vibranium. It was completely unbreakable. So I tried something else. I pushed it towards a cliff, hoping it would fall and fail the mission. But no, nothing happened. At this point, I was just done. And then a miracle happened. A message appeared saying the target abandoned the helicopter, and I got his location again. I was so happy. I immediately started moving towards him. But of course, this game doesn't like seeing me happy, because somehow I managed to blow up my own truck. And now I was on foot, again. So I checked the map and realized I was actually very close to Toreno's ranch. So I started running. borrowed another car, and continued the chase. And somehow that FBI agent was very generous. He literally waited for me while I was doing all of this. So I finally reached him, eliminated him, took the dossier, and completed the mission.
Constitutional right, bitch.
After that, the next mission was just a cutscene. Mr.
Ramfali.
returns, and I officially become a partner of the Four Dragons Casino. Big moment. No effort. I'll take it. But in the very next mission, things went downhill. Some guy kidnapped the two Aussies and Rosenberg, and in exchange for their lives, he gave me a task. I had to eliminate his rivals on a flying plane. Yes, on a flying plane. So I reached the airport, and this time, I had no choice. I stole an airplane. Yeah, rules are taking damage, but this was necessary. So I took off, reached the target plane, and then this happened. I missed. Completely. Mission failed. Attempt number 2, same story. Attempt number 3, still failing. Attempt number 4, now this time, everything finally worked. Perfect timing, perfect positioning, and I jumped into the other plane, like I'm Tom Cruise. No fear, just vibes. After that, I eliminated all the rival gang members, took control of the plane, and flew it back to the airport. Mission complete. And now, let's talk about the damage. I stole one plane, but I also returned one. So technically, it balances out, right? Yeah, I'm counting it. That's +1 to the theft counter. 12 so far. After that, the corrupt cops called me again and told me to meet them in Las Brujas. And I already knew this was not going to end well. Since this mission turns into a chase later, I decided to prepare in advance. So first, I went to my airport and got a bike, because I am learning, slowly. Then I reached Las Brujas, and as expected, the corrupt cops showed up. At gunpoint, they took the dossier from me, and then they killed Hernandez, just like that. And then, they told me to dig a hole for him, which is already messed up. So I started digging, and suddenly, surprise, Hernandez was still alive. For like 2 seconds, because Pulaski immediately killed him. Again, at this point, I am just standing there like, what is even happening? And then, Pulaski started running. So now I had to chase him down and finish this. I tried to pull him out of the car, but he escaped. And of course, my bike despawned. Perfect timing. Attempt number 2. This time, I didn't take any chances. I aimed properly, started shooting, and somehow, miraculously, he stepped out of the car. So I went in for the kill, but then he became immortal. Yeah, that happened.
You having fun yet?
But finally, the game decided to work properly, and I killed him. Before dying, I asked him for his last wish, and this is what he wanted.
Any last requests?
Yeah. Can I fuck your sister?
So I granted his request in Design Your Own Mission, which I obviously cannot show on YouTube. And just like that, the mission was complete. In the next mission, Terreno told me to supply some weapons using a plane. Now honestly, this mission wasn't that hard, so we are just gonna move on. But in the very next mission, things got interesting. Terreno called me again, and this time, he told me to destroy a plane, which already sounds dangerous. So I pulled up on my bike, like a hero, and jumped onto the plane. Right there on the runway. Yeah, still looks cool. After getting inside, I cleared everyone out and planted a C4, and just before jumping, boom. After that, I used my traveling tricks again and reached the next mission. And this time, I had to steal.
That's a $60 million project.
Yeah, no way around it. But luckily, Truth had a plan.
Hey, Truth, do we have a plan here?
Go, go, go!
So first, I destroyed the spotlights at the military base and started infiltrating. Slow, careful, focused. After some fighting, I finally made my way into the underground area. And this is where things got serious, because from deep underground, I stole...
That's a $60 million project.
So now my total goes up to the lucky number 13. At this point, I have stopped questioning my life choices. After that, I gave it to Truth. And of course, he left me alone on top of a mountain. No car, no backup, just me and my life decisions.
Hey, wait a... was it too much to ask to get a lift into town?
In the next mission, Truth came flying in, like a complete madman, and told me to steal something. And when I asked him, what exactly am I stealing, he just said,
Oh, yeah? What stuff?
I don't know yet.
yeah, very helpful. So he gave me the jetpack and sent me on my way. So I reached the train, took out some military personnel, and grabbed the green goo. Yeah, I don't know what that thing is, and honestly, I don't want to know. After that, I delivered the alien object to Truth, and just like that, mission complete. In the next mission, I had to go to Liberty City and take out the St. Mark's Bistro. So first, I used my jetpack to reach the airport, because at this point, this is just normal for me. Then I took the plane to Liberty City. And before you say anything, no, I did not steal that plane. It was booked for me. Yes, I have standards. After reaching there, I went in like a one-man army, took out everyone, and completed the job. Clean, fast, effective. After that, I came back to Las Venturas, using the same flight. And again, just to be clear, it was booked for me. I am still a good boy. Then I walked to my next mission, because of course, I did. In this mission, we were at an audition, and suddenly, Mad Dog showed up. He said he wants to go home. And honestly, after everything I did to him, it was time to fix my mistakes. Also, I wanted to go home too. So we were heading back to Los Santos, finally. But before that, I had one job, take back Mad Dog's mansion from Big Papa. So we jumped into the mansion using parachutes. Yeah, style matters. Then I fought my way in, taking down Vagos members like a hero. Room by room, enemy by enemy, pure chaos. And in the middle of all this, I noticed something strange. What is Denise doing in a Vagos bedroom? Wait, is my girlfriend cheating on me? You know what? This is not the time. Focus. So I kept pushing forward, fighting my way through, and finally reached Big Papa. But unfortunately, he escaped. And now, I had to chase him, which means I had to steal a vehicle. And I tried to avoid it. But because of that, he got too far away, and I failed the mission. Attempt number 2.
With my shit!
Attempt number 3. Attempt number 4. Attempt number 6. Yeah, this was painful. So in this attempt, I tried something different. I went to Ammu Nation to buy a rocket launcher, but unfortunately, they refused to sell it to me. Great. So I had no choice. I went to the airport where a rocket launcher spawns and picked it up from there. Then, after a few more failed attempts, everything finally worked. Perfect timing, perfect aim, and I fired the rocket and took down Big Papa. Finally. And just like that, I was back in Los Santos, with 13 vehicle thefts on my record. Yeah, this challenge is getting worse. We will cover the final part in the next video. Until then, thank you for watching. Peace out.